Job chapter 33, verse 15. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls on people as they slumber in their beds. John chapter 11, verse 12. His disciples replied, Lord, if he sleeps, he will get better. Mark chapter 15, verse 39. He went in and said to them, Why all this commotion and wailing? The child is not dead, but asleep. Matthew chapter 8, verse 24. Suddenly, a furious storm came up on the lake, so that the waves swept over the boat, but Jesus was sleeping. Matthew chapter 9, verse 24. He said, Go away, the girl is not dead, but asleep. But they laughed at him. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 24. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 9. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? Proverbs chapter 20, verse 13. Do not love sleep, or you will grow poor. Stay awake, and you will have food to spare. Psalms chapter 3, verse 5. I lie down and sleep. I wake again, because the Lord sustains me. Psalms chapter 4, verse 8. In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. Psalms 127, verse 2. In vain you rise early and stay up late, toiling for food to eat, for he grants sleep to those he loves. Psalms chapter 132, verse 4 to verse 5. I will allow no sleep to my eyes, or slumber to my eyelids, till I find a place for the Lord, a dwelling for the mighty one of Jacob. Psalms chapter 121, verse 3 to verse 4. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 to verse 30. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart. You will find rest for your soul, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Isaiah chapter 35, verse 3 to verse 6. Strengthen the feeble hands, steady the knees that give away. Say to those with fearful hearts, Be strong, do not fear, your God will come. He will come with vengeance, with divine retribution. He will come to save you. Then will the eyes of the blind be opened, and the ears of the deaf unstopped. Then will the lame leap like a deer, and the mute tongues shout for joy. Water will gush forth in the wilderness, and streams in the desert. Psalms chapter 91, verse 1 to verse 5. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely he will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by. Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 13 to verse 18. Brothers and sisters, we do not want you to be uninformed about those who sleep in death, so that you do not grieve like the rest of mankind, who have no hope. For we believe that Jesus died and rose again, and so we believe that God will bring with Jesus those who have fallen asleep in him. According to the Lord's words, we tell you that we are still alive, who are left until the coming of the Lord will certainly not precede those who have fallen asleep. For the Lord himself will come down from heaven with a loud command, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet call of God, and the dead in Christ will rise first. After that, we who are still alive and are left will be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so will be with the Lord forever. Therefore, encourage one another with these words. Psalm chapter 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still water. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right path for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the shadow of the valley of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemy. You anoint my head with oil. My cup surely overflows. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.